Seltzer Time, meatballs!
Cheers, buddy. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Seltzer Time podcast. It's your boy, Ricky, a.k.a. Dick Chuck, a.k.a. the man behind the can at Seltzer Time Official. Here as always with my conversation accomplice, the man with the hunch about Worcester, Travis.
What is crackin' Fizzle Fiends? Welcome back to another episode of the Seltzer Time podcast. And as always, we are so glad you're with us. We may sound way better on this one because we, for the first time in a very long time, are sitting socially distant apart, but in my backyard, enjoying a gorgeous late September day and sipping, what are these, Long Trail Brewing Co. CBD seltzers?
Thanks, Mark.
Courtesy of Mark Bornstein. Thank you very much, Mark and Morgan. You guys are fantastic.
Yeah, Mark teased us with these like a while ago, and we just haven't, been in the same area as each other.
It's been busy. It's been a busy month.
It's been very busy month.
We also have more goodies to unveil. And this week on the show, we're not talking to anybody other than the two of us. We figured it'd been too long since it was just the two of us, and we were going to steal an opportunity, especially while Ricky's life was in flux, and we felt like this was easier than dealing with the internet demons.
True. This is very true. I don't think we've actually done this together in real life since March.
Renee
Like,
at the Queen's Cups.
The week that things shut down.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like right before shit really got really real.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah. Wild, man.
Here we are.
We've seen each other a couple times, but like it's always been real brief.
Yeah. And we haven't done anything podcast related in person. I'm like in contact. Like that doesn't make any sense.
So before we do anything else, hey Ricky, man, how was your week?
It was good. I did a whole bunch of things that I'm sure we'll talk about on this episode. Other than those things, I didn't do much of anything. Our floors are done.
Are they?
Yep. So we can't move in until next week, but it's okay.
Are they just drying out? And
they take like 2 weeks to cure.
Gotcha.
Or it's like a week to cure, but like if you have pets, you have to wait 2 weeks. So we'll be able to move in sometime like this coming weekend, probably like Sunday or Monday or something like that. So,
okay. It's probably good you don't get, that noxious fumes in your lungs.
Yeah. Well, I was in the house the other day, like sanding some, I took a fan out of the wall. Like there was like an old bathroom fan that was still in there. So we took it and I was like, I'm just going to patch it. So I did, but we got the floors done like 2 days later and I never went back in to sand it and then throw some more up there. So I did that over the weekend. I'll actually probably go sand that later today.
Look at you, Ricky homeowner.
I know. I hung some curtains.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm doing all kinds of guy shit.
Dude, that's the best.
Adult shit, I should say. It's not guy shit, it's adult shit.
That's how I spent yesterday. Sarah and I were like, all right, Sunday, we're getting shit done in the yard. So that's why it looks like my yard is kind of part hayfield.
I noticed it when I was walking up. I'm like, oh, did you plant some grass, bro?
That's exactly. We are trying like hell. And everybody says the fall seeding is the most effective.
Yep. That's what Ed Plant told me. We
fight these birds, man. I'm sure you've seen them out just like staring at the front yard. So the hay is supposed to help prevent it. And then Sarah found over at Tractor Supply Company one of those plastic owls. I don't know if you saw it in the bush as you walked by.
No.
So she bought this plastic owl and it's cool, but it's supposed to scare off birds.
Okay.
She wanted to figure out how to put it on a post up over here. And I'm like, dude, this is a little bit of an ordeal. Like we're going to have to install a dowel. Like we're going to have to do this right. So this thing doesn't just fly off in the wind. She's like, no, I got an idea. And she walked up to the bush and she goes, put it up there. The bush has no thick branches. So I had to trim off like 6 to 8 of these little branches and then just shove it up this poor owl's backside but it's in there. It's in there and it's perched. I was making jokes like, hoo, but
what noise does an owl make when it's getting impaled?
yeah, really.
Excuse
But
me.
I don't think the birds care. I definitely saw one bird like right next to it.
Really?
Yeah, so whatever. Now we have a cool owl in the tree.
There you go.
Bush.
Hell yeah.
An owl in the bush is worth 2 in the tree. So,
Take it.
but yeah, you just worked. Anything? You guys, I saw some cool stuff coming off from Worcester Wares.
Oh yeah, Worcester's dropped a bunch of. So we dropped our summer collection in September. It's just been a crazy summer.
Yeah.
It's been for everybody. So like things got moved around, and then finally things came out. We restocked a bunch of stuff, put a bunch of stuff on sale just to kind of like move it out to get ready for holiday.
Yeah.
And all of the summer stuff sold out, except for there's some of the Coe's Pond shirts still left, but the salmon colored one
that was a hot
flew
design.
out of there.
Is that Danielle?
Yeah,
Danielle's,
killed it.
she's learning Illustrator and now she's becoming unstoppable.
Gangster,
Yeah,
straight gangster.
real talk. And then I heard from Miss Jess that the holiday line is planned. Like,
Oh yeah, we started. Well, I guess beginning-ish, middle-ish of August. Started like getting things organized and planned out, which was kind of wild because it was like 95 degrees and we were like, all right, so Christmas.
yeah,
So that was wild, but yeah, no, we're like in it. Things are coming in, things are getting ready, and we're dialing in the.
Jess seemed very pumped that like the stuff was settled up so early.
Yeah.
And like Sarah works for CVS,
Mhm.
right? Like she's a contractor for CVS. So her company takes all the photos for their circulars. They are constantly 6 months ahead.
You have to be.
Yeah.
Especially now. Like, so the thing with Worcester Wares is a majority of that, a majority of the business happens during holiday season. Holiday's only like 4 weeks this year.
Right.
I think it's the same as it was last year. I know
It's a shorter or whatever.
It's shorter. And like, on top of it being shorter, it's a nightmare to think about like, well, we can only have like, if things stay the way they're staying right now, like when we do reopen Kelly Square, we can only have like one customer in at a time. That's not really like a sustainable business model. Opening both stores up didn't make a whole lot of sense. So we're going to keep DCU closed and run shipping and curbside out of there, which makes a lot of sense. Curbside's been crazy.
Oh, it's a great curb for curbside too.
It's perfect. Yeah.
There's
Kelly Square wouldn't work. There's too much going on down there.
Oh God, you would freak out.
Yeah. It's a nightmare.
Especially at holiday time.
Yes.
God forbid any snow on the ground.
Yes. It's not a fun place to be.
Great. I mean, if you can park and then like,
Oh yeah.
if you're trying to shop,
Yeah.
like if the market's still open, you can still hit all those places very comfortably.
Exactly.
But if you were just flying in and out,
No, never mind. Keep good.
if you're just trying to fly in and out,
Doesn't work.
yeah, it's too hectic.
Too much. So yeah, so we basically are building our own holiday season. We're gonna start it way earlier than we've ever started anything. So
When? Oh, you can't say dates yet. Okay.
I'm not gonna say dates yet, but it's gonna be
Keep an eye out. It's coming relatively soon.
Yeah. I mean, we're not the only ones. Every single major company is pretty much doing the exact same thing.
Dude, they started Halloween like a month and a half ago,
Oh, yeah.
and Christmas shit's already out.
Where was I? Where did we go yesterday? Oh, we got a couch. And when we were at the place we got the couch from, there was an entire section of like holiday stuff. And we were like, whoa. And I was like, oh, that's kind of makes sense. Like like work wise, I'm like in that mindset anyway. But I like doing this type of stuff. I love like planning for what's about to happen.
Sure.
I don't like planning on like during the week. I'm a disaster and don't even look at my agenda. But the idea of like foresighting, what holiday is going to look like has been very fun for me.
I was at a store this
Love it.
weekend. I was at Home Depot, and they had this like 12-foot tall skeleton. I want to say it was like $350, and I couldn't
Worth
get
it.
Sarah. I couldn't convince her. I'm
Worth
like,
it.
we would have the coolest yard in all of Worcester.
Yes,
It was enormous.
that's awesome.
So I just stood up at it like, I want you, and
Yeah.
staring up like
I'm
a little
into it.
child. I didn't see any holiday stuff there though. I didn't really look.
I guess Home Depot, like, not yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I was in and out of the garden section. I put rocks down here and then filled in that tripping hazard. And then we mulched. Yeah, your boy mulched this weekend.
This podcast used to be like, oh yeah, we're fucking hanging out. I was at dive all night. This is sick. And now we're like, yeah, so we went to Home Depot and I bought a couch yesterday.
Dude, we are old school. You know, I don't know if we're going to have time.
Like,
once it hits your lips.
It's amazing. How was your week? What's up?
It was good, man. I'm busy. I got crazy busy. Which I'm super thankful for. That's what I keep saying. But like, I wish it didn't all come at once.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, dude. It's always feast or famine.
That's how it goes.
So just keeping all that in order has been a challenge. Where did I finish up? I think I finished up a special project with Sean Connolly.
Okay.
He's probably going to talk about it here soon. But
nice.
That was super fun. Did I show that to you yet?
Yeah.
And then what else? Fun stuff that I did. I'm working on a project with my friend Paul. That one's not really ready to talk about yet, but those are going to be a series of stickers that are
cool,
pretty funny if we knock them out of the park. Nothing else too cool.
Nice.
Just this potential mural project, which I don't really want to talk about too much until I get the confirmation. But it could be really cool.
Oh yeah. I love how all your stuff's like dope. And you're like, I can't talk about it, but I'm doing this really great thing that I can't talk about, and this really great thing that I can't talk about. This thing's gonna be super dope, but I can't talk about it.
So I can't talk about Tales to Enlighten, which is a comic book I'm working on with my buddy Matt. He and together with James Edward Clark, that's his name. Okay. He's the illustrator. Matt is the writer, and I'm kind of working as like an editor or kind of like designer editor at the last minute, making sure all the pages are the right side, making sure all the type is consistent throughout the whole thing. There's this really annoying thing with comic book lettering where the only time an I, like a capital I, should have a crossbar is when it's used as an I statement. So if it's like, I like this CBD seltzer from Long Trail, it's delicious, that would be an I. Okay. But every other capital I in there would just be a stroke. No. So silly. But it's like,
whoa.
Yeah. It's so subtle, and like most of the times I wouldn't even notice it, but like now I'm getting paid to go through and find them.
Huh.
So it's doing stuff like that. This thing's going to be almost 200 pages, I think, when we're done. He's going to kickstart it. So I'll be talking way more. We might even have him on the show.
Oh yeah.
He's been a buddy of mine for years.
Let's do it.
He does these,
sorry. Why? Sorry, not to interrupt you, but it just clicked. Like, Long Trail is obviously a brewery.
Yeah.
So for a second, I was like, are we drinking alcoholic seltzer? And then that's why I had to look. It's non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic.
Not that it matters.
No.
But I know you don't drink it. I was like, wait, are we?
No, and this tastes delicious. I mean, there's like a little bit of a weird taste in there, which I'm assuming is the CBD.
Probably. But I'm getting a little bit of a weird tinge.
Yeah.
But it is really good. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut
you're chill, man. And I don't know how much of this wind is picking up. Sorry, but I'm sure it's better than the lag and the other nonsense you've been dealing with. So,
or, me not having internet.
Also true. Megatrip, or Matt, does these mixes for years. And I have a bunch of these CDs. And then he did this thing called Cocaine Barbecue. If you type in Cocaine Barbecue into YouTube, spell barbecue all the way out, BARBECUE.
Okay.
It's this weird mashup music video thing. I don't know.
Huh.
I've been a fan of his for years, and it's really cool to help him out.
All right.
Getting this thing across the finish line.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, that's something I can talk about.
There you go.
If you want to see it, at Tails_2_Enlighten on Instagram.
There you go.
All right.
Dope.
So the first prize was the Long Trail. I think we can, like I said, we got some mail over the past couple weeks, but I have not had the chance of seeing Ricky. So he hasn't even seen this mail. And
I have literally no idea what you're about to show me.
I told him about it when we got it, but I never told him what was in it. I just said that we got stuff and then we got stuff.
Okay.
And then, so the first gift is from our friends over at New in the Woo.
Aww. Oh.
Isn't that cool? I think there was a note saying thank you guys.
Oh.
We have plans to do things with those very awesome ladies. And
These came out so nice.
Yeah, I'm pumped. So we have plans to do stuff with those ladies, and COVID kind of like messed with the plans a little bit, but we're gonna figure out something for the holiday season because we're big fans, and they've been active again, which is super cool.
Yeah, for sure. These are super dope.
But I had the pleasure of working
ladies.
with them on their new logo design, and then the seltzer. It's been forever since I had seltzer on the podcast.
Dude, I had the same issue where so I'm sure we'll talk about this too, but I recorded another podcast last week, and as soon as the video went up, Mikey was like, he's like, oh, dude, and he rocked this sick bad rabbit shirt that I have that doesn't fit me anymore. And he's like, and I rocked the proper drink too. And he had a seltzer, and I was like, oh, I gotta get one. He's like, how did you not bring one? It's in my backpack. I don't know. I was trying to set things up. It was kind of wild. But yeah, so I drank a seltzer while recording that podcast, and the entire time I was trying not to burp because my microphone was hanging right here.
Yeah, you were using a headphone mic.
Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, I should probably explain that. Nobody can see me.
Yeah, it's not typical. We got used to video,
right?
So yeah, these are New in the Woo logo that I had the pleasure of designing with those awesome ladies, and they are cool white t-shirts. Now, I will say that I don't tend to wear white t-shirts, so I might try to tie-dye this.
Oh, that'd be kind of dope.
If there was a way to protect the logo so that I might have to enlist my buddy Kevin Law. He's a tie-dye connoisseur.
Tie-dye king.
But yeah, I get afraid of white shirts because I'm a messy ass eater, and
this is so nice.
Yeah, and that's super sweet of them. So we're gonna do stuff with New in the Woo.
They're the best. This card's really cool too. I like the way it feels, and I like those colors.
We're if you want to see what we're talking about, we're probably gonna take a bunch of photos of this stuff and put it up in a post. Hey, Ricky's giving me
what's gonna happen.
Ricky's giving me the.
I take pictures of everything.
This is fucking tasty, and I could feel it getting nice and calm. Great that I did really smoke a little bit before this show, which is pretty usual.
Little breakfast bowls?
Yeah, why not? Coffee and a... Tom Rowe told me that was the hippie speedball, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm into that.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Into it.
Gift number 2.
What?
Comes from...
Feels like Christmas.
It's more like your birthday, which we just missed.
Dude, remind me to... Okay.
Go into it.
I'm going to throw it out here right now. Shout out Mandy from Pig Out, because Sat A, we'll get into how fucking good that chai snickerdoodle Pop-Tart is.
The chai snickerdoodle.
Dude, I had it 2 days in a row.
Did you?
I had to. All the ones she's made so far have been really good. That one is my favorite.
There was just something about it. I didn't taste the chai. That was the best part.
Very,
it just tasted
little.
like a snickerdoodle to me.
Yep. I'm not a huge chai guy. So chai guy? But yeah, it was so fucking good. Yeah. I had it 2 days in a row. Couldn't help myself. I saw
Ricky there Sunday because Friday when I went to New Tradition, I had coffee with our buddy Joe Dufresne Gonzalez. Joe Gonzalez Dufresne. Oh my God.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Oh my God. What is it when you flip shit around? Anyway. So yeah, that's what I have. So
okay.
Sat outside, had a nice coffee with Joe, talking about business and life and just catching up. Talking about kayaks. Him and Strader got kayaks. And I'm looking at my kayaks
Kids
right now.
Kids were yakking.
Dude be like, man, let me know. Right? I will come float.
Hell yeah.
But then I was like, all right, I'm just going to throw these cups out and leave. And Joe Weiss from New Tradition has set up a beautiful arrangement of plants and stuff along the open garage door. And I thought my fat ass can sneak in this one little area and just throw out some cups and not be a big deal. Nope. I elbowed a plant and it knocked over in a big ass ceramic pot and smashed all over the floor.
Ugh.
So for any any of our listeners that are really paying attention, this is the second pot I've now talked about smashing, because the first pot I smashed over at an art exhibit. Now, granted, it was an art exhibit of smashed pots, so it wasn't a big deal. This one was way worse. Well, people have to go back and listen.
Okay.
It was the Croc art exhibit. At
the botanical place? Yeah.
And they had a bunch of half broken pots all along the ground that he had colored and stuff. And I didn't see one when I stepped back, and I kicked it and cracked it some more. And I just pushed it together because nobody knew the difference. They were all cracked.
There you go.
This one was a little more obvious. Yeah. So Sunday morning when I went to Home Depot to pick up my mulch, my rocks, my dirt, my seeds, my hay, or no hay. But anyway, I got a pot for Joe. So it felt really funny walking around. I couldn't
was
find
so
one of the-
confused when I saw you walking on the driveway. I'm like, what the fuck? First of all, I was like, is that Travis? And it was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. What the fuck? And they like couldn't figure out what you were carrying. And then when you got closer, I'm like, why is he carrying this? Like I was so confused.
I put it over my head and lifted it up, doing some. Well, because Joe was like, dude, you didn't have to do that. And I'm
I
like,
know,
Joe.
that's the first thing I heard him say. And I'm like, what is going on over
I was like,
here?
Joe, I had to do this. Like, fuck that. I felt like such the world's biggest dingus on Friday. This is my favorite coffee shop in the city.
Yeah.
I would never want to show my face here again because I was embarrassed for being
Breaking
an
stuff.
idiot. Yeah, dude. So,
That's so funny.
it was fun. So that's when I got I got that one and I think it was apple pie or apple crisp or something along those lines. It was apple.
Was it apple crisp? Okay, yeah.
And I didn't like that one as much as I liked the Snickerdoodle.
Did she have that one last week?
I don't know.
I think she did. I think last weekend was apple crisp and cosmic brownie. Either way. So I walked in there on Saturday and she was, for some reason, Mandy was like, happy birthday. And I was like, what? And like, I don't remember why she said it. And I don't think she knew why she said it. It also wasn't my birthday. So I was like, oh, that's cool, whatever. And then we were just like joking around about that. And she's like, well, you live every day like it's your birthday. And I was like, oh, yeah. So then I meant to text you. We should do a sign that says, live every day like it's your birthday.
It'll go up this week.
That's the move.
Yeah.
But yeah, so speaking of presents and birthdays.
So the
Shut up, man.
second package comes from our friend Ashley Rose.
Ashley.
She
Whose birthday was it yesterday?
shit, was it really?
Is it yesterday or the day before? Yeah. I think it was yesterday.
That's awesome. Shout out Ashley. Happy birthday. She
This
had
is a very
said-
birthday heavy episode.
There's a lot of birthdays in the fall. Mine's
Dude.
coming up in a couple weeks.
It's the best.
Yeah, there's a lot of birthdays in the fall. My mom would say your parents had cold winters too.
Nice.
This came in only back in August. So it was only about a month ago.
Okay.
Go ahead, open that.
I was like,
I think there's two printouts. One of us are gonna one for each of us,
oh, these are so sick. What?
right?
Oh my
So that's
God.
the Travis envelope. I should have pulled that out.
Okay. This is so sick. What the heck?
Cool. So yeah, for those who follow Ashley at Ash ASHESIROSE, Ashes Rose, Ashes I Rose. Anyway, sorry, Ashley. Go follow Ashley. You can see some of this artwork, but she made
These are so dope.
yeah, pumped on how rad these are. I asked her to draw Ricky and I as cartoon characters, and I was like, well, I thought the Peanuts or like what
Yeah, like
Snoopy.
Charlie Brown. Snoopy. And
Yeah, that kind of style I thought would look funny. And then she drew fucking awesome versions of Ricky and I.
These are so sick.
And it's even funnier because you're wearing a Violent Gentleman shirt right now, and I'm absolutely wearing a Hustle and Work hoodie.
We stay on brand.
We stay on
It's just
brand.
how it is.
Rolling the cut.
This is every time I look at it, I see another little like nod.
Yeah. She did a fantastic job.
Oh my God, you absolute legend.
So I think what we'll end up doing with these, I mean, we're going to post them obviously. But,
Oh yeah.
I would love to do like a sticker sheet or even like a sticker pack.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Do something with their.
It's so sick.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then because it's pumpkin related or Welcome Great Pumpkin, I thought the
Yeah.
fall was a perfect time.
I love how she crossed out pumpkin because like I don't fuck with pumpkin.
Yeah.
Although I did have a pumpkin scone from Starbucks and it was pretty decent.
Fuck PSL.
It's my one. Oh no, I won't. I'm not gonna like drink it.
So yeah, she sent us one of her.
Oh my God, these are so sick.
So it's the Seltzer Time is coconut lime. Her, I forget that dude's name from Rick and Morty. It's the guy that said bitch a lot. Terry,
Oh.
Scary Terry.
My God.
And it's Scary Terry saying, is this butterfly? Or is this bitch, rather?
Oh,
And
these
then
are so sick.
It is a series of 4 stickers. She redrew Snoopy as the polar bear, but of course it's the polar bear with sunglasses and gold chains. Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh, wind. Oh my God, Ashley, you absolute gangster. These are incredible.
So yeah, we need to figure out what we're going to do with this stuff, but we're going to do
So
something.
sick.
Thank you so much, Ashley.
Thank you. I don't want to blow away.
We'll divvy up all this stuff before we take off. All right.
There we go.
So that's all the gifts I thought. Well, that's fun. What is that?
Oh, that's dude. I'm having quite the key conundrum.
The key conundrum.
Key conundrum. So I'm not a person who likes to have keys. I hate them. They make me like insane.
Sure.
So when I go anywhere, I have to bring this fucking pile of keys. And then when I go, so like when I get to Worcester Wares, I take my work keys off of this ring and leave. Everything's also on rings, which I don't like. This makes me a little like crazy.
This is not your ideal key set.
Absolutely not. So I take those off because the DCU center keeps the doors locked. So I keep my keys in my pocket so I don't get locked out when I go outside to bring people their stuff.
Smart.
And then if I like go into a store or whatever, I take just my car key. I leave all the rest of these in the car because I don't need them. So currently I have like my OG key ring, which on this I use absolutely 0 keys. I still have the dive bar key on here. I still have the key that TK broke in my key ring, or in my doorknob in my old apartment. And then I have a key to my parents' house, which is the only one I've used in the last, like, since the dive closed, actually. And then I've got these other keys that I honestly don't.
Yeah, I have a couple of
really
those.
know. I know one of them goes to my grandma's house, maybe, but I have no clue what the other ones go to. It might be like the front door of my parents' house for one of them. And yeah, they're random keys.
So I got to ask, if you don't know where they're for, why carry them around?
I don't even know. To be honest with you, I don't know why I have this. I don't know.
My excuse is...
I wish I had an answer for you.
No, my excuse is...
This actually might be an SJC key.
I'm going to run into a situation where I'm going to need one of those keys and I'm going to check the mystery keys on my ring and it's just going to work. And I'm like, oh, that's what you are.
Nailed it. Then I have my car key, obviously. Then I have... So these are my work keys. These are those keys I was just talking about. I have this ring on here that I found at the dive bar one night while cleaning, and I just put it on my key ring because I think we were like leaving, or maybe I must have been sweeping, but for some reason I put it on there and I never took it off. It's been on there for like years now. This keychain thing that you made a comment about is kind of driving me nuts, but it's the keys to like Naomi's parents' house because we're staying there, so that way I can get inside.
So that's their keychain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Her mom just gave me keys, and so I have this. It's still on there.
It's this little water thing filled with stars and glitter.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm just like, I'm not a keychain person.
No,
I'm not even a key guy. I'm not a keychain guy. And then over here, I've got one key, which the other day I was like, what the fuck could this possibly go to? And it goes to our house.
Oh, geez.
Because we've been going in through the garage. I haven't used that key. But I was like, why do I have one key? What does this mean? And then I remembered that after like a month of being there, we were like, oh, we should probably have keys to this place, like with us. Because they were just in the house. Like we never used them. So that's it. This is a riveting episode.
That's your key collection.
Ricky's key collection.
Nah, man. I mean, whatever.
So yeah, it drives me a little wild. It's big, clunky. I don't like clunky things.
I don't like things in my pockets.
I can't. I can't put any of this in my pocket except for this key and these keys when I'm at work, and only this key when I go into a store. That's it. Can't stand it.
I will back pocket the keys in my wallet, and my phone. My wallet is my phone.
Oh yeah.
So I will back pocket it walking around. But then as soon as I'm anywhere that I can take the shit out, I take it out.
Oh,
that's my favorite thing about the backpack. Is
just carry them.
Yeah.
It's the best. Yeah, I'm a back pocket phone guy, back pocket wallet guy.
Have you ever sat on it and broke it?
I haven't broke it yet. It's like such a thing for me. Like when I go to sit down, I just like take my phone out. Like I don't even think about it anymore. And I used to never take my wallet out, but I do all the time now.
I've definitely sat on the phone, but thankfully didn't break it.
Yeah, I've sat on it like getting into the car if I have like too much stuff in my hands, but I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's like new phone time for me anyway.
Oh, is it?
Very, 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 very soon.
That's exciting.
So I'm kicking around if I should wait and just get the new iPhone or if I should just get the newest iPhone that's out now and not worry about it. I've never got a new iPhone when it comes out. So
I mean, you're going to have to pay for it. Excuse me. You're going to have to pay for it over 2 years anyway. So
yeah. So I don't know.
I'm in the camp of wait for the latest and greatest, but I don't know. Like, it's gonna get old the second you buy it. So
Yeah, that's a good point. We'll see. I don't know.
other things that you were buying is when I ran into you and Naomi and other Naomi, or Naomi and Naomi.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be known as other. You and Naomi were on the mission to buy a couch. How did that go?
It went well. We did get a couch. Oddly enough, we wouldn't have gone to the place that we went to if it wasn't for getting coffee with Naomi.
So you went
The
to
other
Macy's.
Naomi. We went to Macy's. And so, okay, we got coffee. We went to a couple places like a couple weeks ago, and there was nothing. We're trying to find a couch that's like a giant cloud. But
Okay.
like nice. Obviously, like we want like a nice couch, but we want something that's like comfortable. We don't,
Sure.
the whole like new style of couch that's like thick, or not thick, but like it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's very firm.
Yeah, there we go. Firm. So I don't really mind, but I don't like love it. Naomi hates those couches.
You want to be able to take a nap on this couch.
She wants to be able. I want her to be able to take a nap on the couch. I can fucking nap right now on your deck. Like I can nap on anything.
Professional
It doesn't.
napper.
Yeah, oh, dude, it's my only thing I'm good at. So that and opening cans of water. That's all I've got to bring to the table.
Pro moves.
So, but yeah, like a nice, like comfy ass couch is like the move. So we go to all these different places. We sat on a bunch of couches, which is a strange thing to do during COVID. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
You got to know what it feels like.
Exactly. We had no luck. So yesterday we're like, all right, we were meeting her anyway for coffee. After that, we'll hit Bob's because we didn't go there yet. And we'll hit, what was the other place we were going to go? I don't know. We were going to go somewhere else. So while we're getting coffee, we were telling her about our like couch sitch. And she's like, oh dude, like we bought this couch at Macy's and it's exactly what you're talking about. And like, so knowing Naomi, not my girlfriend, Naomi, other Naomi, I guess, okay, fuck it, other Naomi. There's no way to explain. Too many people. I only know two of them. I get hung out with both of them yesterday. So she was explaining how she bought this couch like a couple years back, and it's exactly what we're talking about. And I'm like, I know her really well, and I know like her personality, and her personality screams like, I hang out with my cute ass dog on a very comfy couch. So I know that she's not just like telling us that her couch is like super comfy. I know it is.
You're trusting her opinions on couch.
Very
comforts.
much so.
Yeah.
To the point where I was like, look, you move in with us and don't pay us rent. Just bring this couch because we can't seem to find anything like this. So we leave. We leave New Tradition. We're like, all right, let's go to Bob's and we'll just like look around. We got there. It was like trash. Everything sucked. Everything was expensive and gross. Nothing was comfortable.
Yeah.
The funniest thing ever though happened. We walked into, what's the back part? Is like the pit? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Something like that. So we walk in there. I don't think it's called the pit, but everybody I know calls it the pit. It had a different name.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought it was called the Pit, but it might be like
Maybe it is
Scratch
called
and
the Pit.
Den.
Either way, everybody
Regardless.
knows that spot.
Yeah.
So I was like, we'll just go look back there. Like we kind of figured we weren't going to find anything. So we walked back there. As soon as you walk through the little like entrance thing, there was a couch. So Naomi walked over and she sat on it. She's like, oh, no way. And got up. And she's like, no way. That's too hard. And this girl and like these two women were right there. And she was like, oh, we just bought that. And I was like, oh shit, like this is hilarious. Like, we're sorry, it's just like not our style. And she's like, no, it's okay, it's totally fine. And we couldn't stop laughing. We thought it was like the funniest thing that's ever happened.
So you sat in the couch that somebody else just bought.
And she was like 4 feet away from, or she was further than that, but she was like right there within earshot of Naomi, like sitting down and be like, oh, no way. And got up and she was like, oh, we just bought that. We're like, oh shit, it's beautiful. Like, it was mad funny. So if you're listening, random person, we're sorry. We didn't mean anything by it, but it wasn't for us.
Hey, just different strokes for different folks.
Exactly. So we walked around, didn't find a single thing that we liked. We left.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, we have an hour before we were meeting other friends for lunch. So we're like, we have like an hour. Let's just shoot out to Macy's. I didn't even know you could buy furniture at Macy's.
I still didn't know you could buy furniture at Macy's.
Yeah.
Where's there a Macy's?
So there's one at the Solomon Pond Mall.
Oh, so you went all the way to Marlboro.
Yeah. So we
Gotcha.
shot out there.
Because I'm thinking Natick, and I'm like, man, that's a fucking haul for a couch.
Hell no. So Which, like, I mean, maybe if things didn't work out yesterday, like eventually we probably would have had to start traveling outside of our general area. But so we shoot out there and we're like, probably not going to find something that we're looking for. She bought her couch a couple years ago. They probably don't have the same couch. So we're walking around, we're sitting on stuff after we found where the couches were. And they have like beds and like all kinds of stuff. I'm like, this is what, there's like a whole section of Macy's that I didn't even know existed.
So I know it's a department store, and that makes sense. I just didn't think of it for furniture.
Me either.
Much like I don't think of Sears for tools, but they have fucking tons.
Oh yeah,
and tons
I definitely
of
would
tools.
think of Sears for tools.
I just don't.
Really?
Yeah, I think of Home Depot. I mean, granted, how many Sears are around anymore?
I don't think any. I think they are all
JCPenney
gone,
went
right?
gone. So you found these. You found these couches.
We find these
at
couches.
Macy's.
We're walking around. We're sitting on everything. Not everything is, hard. It's nice, but it's like hard and not comfortable and wildly expensive.
Well, that's what I know about Macy's.
Yeah. So that was another thing. We're like, we're probably not going to be able to. Even if we did find something, like this is probably going to be
Just out of
very
the
much
realm.
out of our price range. So we're bouncing all around, and we're also looking for like a TV stand. We need like a certain TV stand for like where we want to put our TV.
Oh, you want to put it on the ground and on the wall?
Yeah, we don't have a. We'll
Yeah.
get to that.
Yeah. It's all good.
So we're walking through, sitting on stuff. She starts to go like one way, and I was like, I'm just gonna mosey on down this way. I walk down, and then I see this like couch. I was like, oh, that might be it. I walk over and I go to sit on it, and it's not. It was like, again, firm. It was better than the other couches, but it still, we weren't going to get this couch. And I look across the like little aisle walkway thing, and I'm like, there it is. That's the couch right there. I get up. I'm like, yo, I found the couch. So she comes walking down, and she's like, oh my God, this has to be it. We haven't even sat on it yet. It looks like something that I could nap on for 6 hours.
Was there like lights coming out from behind it, like an angel singing?
Kind of felt like that. Like, I'm pretty sure like I made eye contact, and then it was just like, I believe in miracles. Like, sexy thing. Like, that's pretty much what was going on.
Oh, couch, where have you been all my life?
Right. It was perfect. Then we sat on it, and it was exactly like, it was almost like they like heard us and like, yo, real quick, can we put together this couch that they need? So shout out Macy's for like coming through in the clutch. Turns out it's actually the exact same couch that Naomi bought. So we now have the same couch as her, which is perfect because it is exactly what we want.
Did you take it home, or is it going to get delivered?
No, so everything is super pushed back. So even though we now own it, we're not going to have it for like 8 weeks possibly.
8
A
weeks.
long fucking time to not have it. But we still have the couch in like our apartment, so we'll be fine.
No, I feel you.
But I like really can't wait to just like lay on this couch.
You could fit it in. Like,
well, so we left Macy's, went home, measured a bunch, check, because it's a sectional, so you can get like different configurations.
Okay, cool.
We definitely didn't have the space for the entire setup that they had going on, which we didn't need that. So we were like breaking it. Like, well, if we got 3 pieces, well, what if we got 4 pieces? Well, what if we got 3 pieces? Like all kinds of different configurations. It was kind of a wild situation, but we nailed it. We went with 4 out of the 5.
You guys have a slider in the back, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's bigger than a normal door typically.
So the issue we were running into, the couch we currently have is like that white one that we had in our apartment. So, which is fine.
The one that would drift apart.
Yeah, exactly. Number one, it doesn't fucking stay together. It drives me nuts. But it's whatever. My grandma gave it to us. So we're like, it's cool. So
the price is right.
Oh yeah. $3.99 for that couch is dope. So that couch, we're probably just going to throw a cover over and leave that. Okay, so we have like 2 living rooms basically.
Right.
The ideal situation was the living room that's off of the studio is where we want to be like watching TV. Like there's a pellet stove in there. Like it's beautiful and cozy. And like we want that to be the room for like TV. The other living room is like, it's dope, but it's more, this is so insane because I never thought I'd ever say this, but it's more of like the idea for it is like a formal living room, I guess.
Oh, a sitting room.
Kind of, but like not one that we don't use, one that we use, but like for like a record player and a bar and like, cause there's a fireplace.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So the issue that we keep running into is both of these, but also during our conversation yesterday, we're like, well, fuck it. Like maybe we'll just make that the room for the TV and we can do something else with this room. There's no rules, you know?
It's your rules.
Exactly. Which are none. So, but we have issues with both rooms because like the room off of the studio has like that beautiful wood wall. We're not mounting a fucking TV on that.
Right.
It's way too nice.
Right.
So we're like, well, we don't want to do that. So the couch has to go up against that. It's pretty much like the only, like we know that has to happen. So then you run into the issue of there's huge windows on the right side. Then there's a pellet stove. So you can't hang a TV
over a pellet
stove. And you can't move a fucking pellet stove because it's like vents outside.
Right. It's been installed.
That thing's not going anywhere. So then you're looking at the wall that would like face the pool where there's windows. We're like, well, that's fine. We don't care if we block. These windows are going to get blocked anyway by the TV on the stand. Doesn't really matter. But there's only so much space before you hit the pellet stove. And like, well, we're not going to have a TV like up against the fucking thing. It's going to melt.
So that's how you roast the television.
Exactly. So we're like, fuck. And like the TV we have is like relatively bigger. So like that's an issue. We're like, I don't know what we're going to do. We think we have it figured out. But for a second, I was like, well, what if we just like scrap this idea and we just chill in that other room that's off of the kitchen? But then when you think about that room, there's 3 walls because it's like a whole open area. There's 3 walls. One of them is fucking glass because it's a slider.
Right.
So we only have 2 walls.
But you don't want to mount something to the slider?
Shockingly, she hated that idea. So
come on, Naomi.
Right? No, I was like, yeah. But then if you're like on the left, it's all stone and there's a fireplace. And I was like, we're not going to mount a TV into stone.
Right.
And first of all, it looks way too nice. We're not going to go ruining it. But also, like, I don't even know if you can fucking do that.
You'd have to drive anchors into the stone. It would be an ordeal.
I don't want anything to do with that one.
Yeah, it's an ordeal.
So then we're like, well, okay, we could either mount the TV on the one wall that's left, or we could get the stand and just have it over there. It'd be fine, whatever. But then the couch is either... The fireplace then becomes like behind you, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
And like, we didn't really like the idea of that. We didn't hate it, but we didn't really love it. So then we're like, well, if we can get the entire couch, maybe we'll just figure this out and we'll roll. But also this couch, like in its full setup it was too big for both rooms. Like we didn't even have the actual space for it to be the whole size in one room. But then the other, like the living room with like the stone wall thing, it would have been so awkward and very...
Oh, sure.
It wasn't going to work.
It would have gotten in the way, it seems like.
Yeah, it would have been very strange. Aside from then having the fireplace behind you, whole thing. So we broke it down, measured, did our thing. It's going to be dope. It's going to go in the room with the pellet stove where we want it to be. It's going to be perfect.
So I only ask about getting couches in because when Sarah and I bought that couch... Mm-hmm. We originally found this other couch that we called the Heisenberg, which was really like the Heidelberg or something like that. I think we found it at Rotman's. And this thing was like leather. It was big. It was so friggin' comfortable. It was like captain's chair. Mm. And then I went and I did something. I had like, I was out of town for a day. And that was just happened to be the day that they made the delivery. And the I can't say anything too bad because I wasn't here. It's still a contested day in this household.
Okay.
Because supposedly they could not get this couch in the house. They couldn't get it through the doors. The way it turns, they complained about lots of different things. I worked as a mover.
Yeah.
We figured shit out.
Yeah.
Like there was ways you could take out a window. Like I think we could have gotten that couch in.
Okay.
That window right there is a special. Anyway, point is.
Okay.
We did not get that couch, got a credit, and got the couch that we have now that we both hate. It's way too light. Like it was comfortable, but we didn't know what we were getting.
Yeah.
And our dog sheds like nobody else's business. Yeah. So it just constantly.
Cats do that.
Yeah. And then it pills. Like it has like the pilling, you know, where you get like the little whatever things up, the little knots.
Oh, yeah.
This shit.
Yep.
Sweatshirts get it. So every couple of months I'll walk into a living room and my wife's shaving the couch. She's just taking one of those disposable razors and depending on the day, she's shaving the couch. Shaving the couch becomes the jingle.
Okay.
So yeah, we are looking at leather, but I'm kind of like nervous about it.
With the dogs?
Well, no, because I sweat and I'm in the middle of summer.
Oh, yeah.
Peeling my sticky self off of that thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave behind like a layer of skin.
Leather wasn't even really an option for us just because of the cats.
Right.
They'll 100% ruin that. We're nervous enough with what we got.
Yeah.
We're like, if you wouldn't, like, I mean, going into it knowing that, like, Larry's going to be Larry. Like, he's going to do whatever
he do what Larry wants. Do.
We also, I mean, luckily there's those glass doors on that room. So, like, when we go to work or something, we might just keep the cats out of that room while we're not home to, like, yell at him for trying to claw everything. But he's going to do what he's going to do. He's a gangster. So, yeah. So, we have a couch eventually.
Congratulations. That's a big step.
Yeah. Kind of wild. A lot of big kid shit going on.
Once again, we were saying how the show used to be about drinking and partying, and now it's like buying house stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's all right.
What else has been going on?
Well, as soon as we are able to go out and party again, we'll go out and party again.
Party again someday. I had shout out Josh Lyford. For Josh, nobody in the world loves Busch beer except for Josh Lyford. And my dad drinks it sometimes.
Shout out Rockwell. Rockwell loves it.
Does he really?
Yeah.
All right, shout out Rockwell.
Keep going.
He actually might have commented on something that I posted about Busch beer once.
That sounds about right.
I think he did. So I went to my parents last night. I ended up just sleeping there because the game was on super late. I was like, well, if I leave, then I got to get this too much. So I was like, I'm just going to sleep over. It doesn't matter. Slept over. So I had not a bunch, but I had a couple timber yards. And then shout out Marcus and Katie for like hooking that up.
Heyo.
And then I had like two, I think I had three. And then I was like, well, I could have one more beer, but I didn't want to go upstairs because I had some in like the actual fridge upstairs. My dad has like a beer fridge in the basement, which is where we were watching the game. And like game had just ended, but I was like, well, I'm not really tired. My dad and my brother were going to bed. So I'm going to have another beer. And my dad's like, how about you want in the fridge? I'm like, all right. So I open the fridge and it's either like these UFO beers that somebody gave to Joey and I.
Okay.
They're the ones that Polar made with Harpoon. Right. They're super gross.
Yeah.
So I didn't want that. They've been in there for like 3 years. Nope. I'm like, we can dump these. Like, we're never going to drink these. My dad doesn't like that stuff. And somebody gave them to Joey and I was like, hell yeah. So I had like one or two. They're fine, but not really my thing. So I was like, I could either have a Budweiser or a Busch. And I was like,
Bud Heavy?
Yeah. That's all my dad. My dad is like a Budweiser guy. Like, he doesn't fuck with craft beer or anything. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to have a Busch. So I have it. I'm like, this is disgusting. I had one like a couple weeks ago and I woke up with the same gross, like, I feel semi hungover, but I know that I didn't actually drink enough to be hungover. And I'm pretty sure it's just the Busch.
It just dehydrated you enough.
It's just like gross, like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I feel like I want to lay in the road right now.
Yeah.
But I know that I didn't drink that. But like, it feels like
you feel this right now.
I feel this right now.
Oh, this happened last night.
Yeah. I had one fucking Busch beer and I woke up and I was like, how do people do this to themselves? Like, I can't even think about drinking more than one.
So it's been forever since I had that feeling. Although I do have like my own kind of thing where if I smoke too much in a day, I will dry myself out to the point where like the next day I'll wake up with a headache because I didn't drink enough water and I basically just dehydrated. I smoked myself slowly from the inside out. I'm turning myself into brisket.
It sounds delicious.
Yeah. Well, it isn't. It's actually painful, believe it or not. But I mean, I usually fix that with water and headache, like ibuprofen, and then usually another bowl.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Solution to most things. All right, we covered all like the house shit. Was there any other cool stuff we wanted to cover before we got into Stokes and Pokes?
You were on a podcast?
Oh, we were on podcasts. Yeah. All right, yeah, let's do that real quick.
Let's do it.
I was on the Corner Cast, which is Caster's Corner podcast. It's a website I used to write for when I did comic book reviews. It was a cool gig. I got to go to New York Comic Con 2 years in a row to go, like, I got a press badge and got to interview a bunch of people.
That's so sick.
That's where I met Kevin Smith. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, dude, Kevin Smith was that was such like a brief thing, but he was upstairs in the press lounge. I was standing there with my badge, and like a small line had formed, and he was standing there with like his publicist or his assistant. And he's like, fine, we'll do some photos. And so like impromptu photo session happened where people would walk up and hand the phone to his assistant. She'd snap the photo and you'd get like a minute with Kevin.
Yeah.
So I walk up and be like, hey, Kev, big fan. This is kind of a dream, but I got to be honest, my dream is actually smoking weed with you. Still is.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith, if you ever listen to this for some crazy fucking reason, still is a dream. He goes, that's very cool. I said, yeah, I mean, I got some in my bag. We can make this happen. He's like, well, this is my friend, a New York City police officer. He might think otherwise. And I went, oh, well, I was really just kidding. He's like, yeah, I would take the picture. He goes, dude, it was great meeting you. Run.
That's awesome.
So, my buddy Khalil, who runs Castor's Corner, it's usually about toy reviews, but he had me on and we just talked about nerd stuff, talked a little bit about Seltzer Time, talked a little bit of Tales to Enlighten. And it was good. It was really good just to catch up with Khalil.
Oh, yeah.
We used to talk a lot more than we do now, just life and moving and busy stuff. But he's been going on this website for almost 15 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude. So he's been at it for
That's
years.
Crazy.
So it's pretty cool to like move from, staff, quote unquote. That was a B, just checking you out real quick.
Yeah, it like went right into my eyesight. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to see your eyebrows. Like, ooh, this kid lined him up nice.
Shout out Heartland Barber.
And then it was cool to move from like a staff position to like a guest position.
Cool. That's rad.
I heard you were on a podcast too.
I was. Yeah, so our buddies Bar Down Breakdown. I guess they're technically a New York Islanders podcast.
Okay.
But they're a podcast about hockey and music. Most of their guests are musicians from the like alternative music world. They've had like Evan from Into It Over It. They've had guys from Saves the Day, like all kinds of stuff.
Rad.
I love this show. I don't even actually know how I found it. I found it like just before quarantine. I think it maybe like January, February, something like that. Started listening to it, was super into it. They're both, Mikey's the man. Like they're good dudes who have a great podcast, and they talk about the two things I love the most.
Right.
So I'm like, hell yeah. So we became friendly through the internet. And then during quarantine, they did their first ever like call-in episode. So
I remember that.
yeah, I was on that one for like a second. They were like, you want to call in? We'll talk about the Bruins. I was like, yes.
Duh.
So we did, duh. So we did that. We got to talk about Bad Rabbits, the Get Up Kids, all kinds of stuff. It was great. And then we've kind of just like stayed in touch since then. One of them had some family stuff come up and couldn't record, but they're part of a hockey podcast network. So they try to like stay on that schedule. So they hit me up and they're like, yo, do you want to co-host an episode with us for us next week? And I was like, would love to do that. So I did. We interviewed one of the guys from Good Fight Entertainment, which was awesome.
Super cool.
But turns out he's a huge Bruins fan. So they sent me over the notes. I'm kind of going through it, and it's, bands
Wait,
that
they made show notes?
It was way more. They got their shit dialed in. It was so impressive. It was awesome. Someday we'll be there.
Hell yeah.
It was great. So I'm like going through. I'm like, all right, cool. This is dope. We're gonna roll with it. Let's just roll with it. We're outside, and Travis's neighbor just lit up his lawnmower. This is real life. Also, it's a reminder I need to fucking mow today. As soon as it started, the first thing I thought was like, oh shit, I gotta do that. And the second thing was, oh shit, we're recording a podcast. So, okay, either way, real quick.
Sorry. Keep rolling.
It happens. So, I jump on this show. Turns out the dude we interviewed, his name's Jimmy, is a huge Bruins fan, but he's from upstate New York. So, we're talking about the Bruins. I'm like, yeah, man, like, how did you become a Bruins fan being from, closer to Buffalo? Like, you have a team up there. So he's like, yeah, like, my dad was a Buffalo fan growing up. I liked the Sabres. I loved Dominic Hasek. And then he left and went to Detroit, and, like, Buffalo sucked.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I went to a Scholastic Book Fair when he was in school, and he's like, they had one hockey thing. They had a poster, it was a Boston Bruins poster. I bought that, and I was a diehard Bruins fan since that moment. And I'm like, yo, did that poster happen to have 4 players on it? And he's like, I don't know, 3 or 4. He's like, I just remember Ray Bourque being on it. And I was like, was it Ray Bourque, Jason Allison, Joe Thornton, and Sergei Samsonov? And he's like, well, Samsonov was definitely on it. I'm like, dude, I had the same poster. I think it's still hanging up at my parents' house. And he's like, there's no way. He like was Googling, trying to find a picture of it because he knew that we were going to ask him how he became a Bruins fan. And he couldn't find it anywhere. He's like, I haven't seen this thing in like probably more than 15 years.
Damn.
But the weirdest part is there's like a 6-year age gap between him and I, or 7 almost. So it's like, how is this book fair poster still a thing from when I got it and from when you got it?
Wait, so you're older than he is?
I'm older than he is. Yeah.
Okay.
He's like 26. I
So
think.
you took a photo and confirmed?
So this morning, I woke up with my parents. I told him, I was like, dude, I'm going to try to find this. I'm going there this weekend. I'll send it over. And he's like, I have to see this thing. And, I have to see it again. So this morning I wake up, like, get my stuff together, get ready to leave. My mom made me breakfast. And I was like, oh, shit. So I run in my old room, which is now like an office. It doesn't look, you would never know that I lived in there, except the door still has like Bayside sticker on it, like a bunch of like audio skate shoes and shit. So I move the door back, and there it is. You can tell that it fell, and it like the tape like caught at the bottom because it's like in a weird angle down there.
Oh, I see.
But I'll show you the picture. But so I still have the poster. So I took a picture of it, and then I sent it over. I was like, yo, dude, it exists. And he was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is real life.
That's awesome that you still have it.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It'll move over to my house probably next week when I actually move over to my house.
Do you think you're gonna properly frame it?
Probably not that.
Leave it as
I
a
might
poster.
just like, yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool just like hang it out, like tack it up in the garage or something. Like,
I have a 94-95 Hartford Whalers poster that will always stay as a poster. And it has like so many holes in the corner from all the thumbtacks.
That's what this is too.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I think I hung it up with masking tape on the back.
Yes.
So it's like it was, as elementary school of a hang job as you can do.
Dude, I went home recently. A couple weeks ago, I told you we went back and hung out so I went where my old room used to be, which is down in the basement of my parents' house.
Okay.
And I had a fake wood wall in my room.
Okay.
I tend to like wood apparently. But my dumb ass decided to hang stuff as a kid with duct tape.
Oh.
So if you look at the wall now, there's still duct tape residue from when Mom pulled the posters down. And I'm like, what asshole did... Oh, wait. Right.
It was me.
All right.
Oh.
Well, we've gone over an hour with the interview.
Stokes and Pokes time?
Yeah. I'm poking my neighbor, Jimmy. Fuck off, Jimmy. Take your lawnmower and shove it up your nose. Take us away, Solon.
When you hit them with those stoves, ow! Gotta slap them with those pokes. Oh, yeah. Stokes and Pokes.
All right. We're going to try to sneak this in between my neighbor took a break. Stokes and Pokes. I'm going to start by poking Facebook.
Okay.
I have started the path back to a normal brain by removing Facebook and Facebook Messenger off my phone.
Smart.
I pulled it off a couple weeks ago. And I didn't feel like talking about it yet because I wanted to make sure I stuck with it. I want to make sure it felt right.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure I wasn't just doing it to be like, oh, I removed Facebook. I'm so much better. No, I just don't like the conversations I'm having on Facebook. I don't really like where that platform's going. It tends to be now, wind or the neighbor. It tends to be an older audience that I don't tend to agree with. And with everything else going on, I want to cater my social media intake to more manageable chunks. Yeah. So now by taking it off my phone, I only have it on my computer. I have a couple people I'm keeping up conversations with. Makes sense. It's perfect.
That's awesome.
I felt so much better.
I'm jealous.
Next would be Instagram, but I don't know if I'd be able to do it yet.
Okay.
Like I watch celebrity interviews and very few celebrities actually manage their own social media presence.
Yeah, very few.
And very few of them even have social media accounts. And that seems like a much more peaceful lifestyle. Yeah.
I mean, as a person who very much so loves social media, so like the two people I would love to have dinner with are Bill Murray and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And for a million different reasons. Bill Murray has absolutely zero social media doesn't even have a fucking phone number or an agent. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have that stuff. He doesn't even have like one that somebody manages for him. He just doesn't exist on it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
What a beautiful, I want to find a way to somehow mix him. And then you've got Ryan Reynolds, who is the greatest marketer on the fucking planet, but also he runs his own social media. Like, and he's good at it.
He's very good at it.
And there's this certain combo that needs to happen that I would love someday to figure out.
So like limited blasts, but when you do the blasts, they hit like fire.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, I post every day.
Right.
All the time on multiple social media things. I love it. But I love it for like what it is supposed to be. Like,
sure.
It's a communication tool.
Right.
Which I think is why Twitter is my favorite one, is because it's kind of the only one that actually like kind of stayed true to its.
And that's the thing. I've kept Twitter on my phone, and that's why
I'll never.
by removing Facebook, I'm now spending more time on Twitter.
Yeah, Facebook, I absolutely hate and despise and think it's the stupidest thing in the entire world. I've been trying to get better and like have fun with it, but I get bored after like 3 days and don't do anything for like a week or two, and then I'll go back to doing something, and then I'll post something that sends like half of small town fucking Worcester County out of its mind, and they all hate me, and it's fine. But or they love me, and it's fine. It's whatever. There's never a like, well, there's Ricky again. It's usually like, oh, that motherfucker, or it's like, yeah. I'm like, wow, this is nuts. All I did was say fuck Trump.
Right. Exactly.
But like, whatever.
I mean, that's exactly it. And that's the shit that I just don't want to get into it.
No, yeah. No, I feel you. I 100% feel you. Makes sense.
If I need to get into it, I can use my laptop.
Yeah.
I am stoked about two different things. One, I am stoked about one of my favorite designers, Mike Montero, put up a thing a couple weeks ago, randomly, saying, hey, if you guys want a free zine, just give me your address. And I've been following Mike Montero since he put up a video on YouTube that said, fuck you, pay me. And ever since then, I was like, oh my God, this guy knows his shit. So we sent 31 perfect records. It is basically a record a day for the entire month of August. He talks about like Hole. There's John Coltrane in there, Sonic Youth, Michael Kiwanuka. Like, so it's a super eclectic mix.
I want to look at that.
Prince 99.
Hey, sign me up.
So I'm definitely going to go through these albums. Big fan of Mike Montero's design and his kind of takes on life. And he just he put up some cool shit.
Hell yeah.
What's the other thing? Oh, and the other thing that I wanted to talk about was something that is happening on social media, but I saw it on Twitter. Legendary rock star Dave Grohl is in a heated battle with a young British drummer named Nandy Bushell. Nandy started by playing Everlong and challenged Dave Grohl to a drum off. Dave Grohl responded by playing Them Crooked Vultures, Dead End Friends. And anybody that doesn't know about Them Crooked Vultures, that's a super group between Josh Homme, him, and John Paul
Jones.
Thank you, from Led Zeppelin. Mm-hmm. So it's a phenomenal band.
A little bit.
He sends back this super fun video. She plays on top of that and just crushes it.
She's gangster.
She's so entertaining to drum. So and like, yeah, she falls off rhythm, but she's 10.
Yeah.
Fuck it. She's rocking the hell.
She can get on rhythm. I can't fucking do that.
Seriously. And then she's screaming and then she's doing the twirls while she's just enchanting to watch. So she won round one. So says Dave. And he responded by writing a song off the top of his head for her, had his daughters come in, sing backup vocals.
It's so good.
And the world awaits Nandy's response. Like, she put up a video of her watching it, which is just heartwarming. But I want to know what she's going to play back.
Someday, I feel like I am going to have that exact same encounter with Bill Murray and Ryan Reynolds, where they're going to
challenge you to an air drum off.
Find video. Yes, they're going to find video of me air drumming to something, and then they're going to do it, and we're going to just become BFFs.
Biffles for liffles.
It's going to be very cute.
I can't wait.
I'm excited.
So yeah, that's what I got for Stokes and Pokes. What do you got for us?
All right. Hello, everybody. So my poke is the whole like TikTok fiasco that went down for the last fucking couple months.
Dude, I still so Ricky and I caught up a little bit off air on this. I still can't keep up with everything that's happened.
So it's if I understand correctly, so TikTok was going to be banned as of yesterday, for downloads and for updates going forward.
So people could still access it if they had it.
If you had it, you could still access it, yes. But I mean, that's only going to last you a couple months until they do an update, and then you're fucked. So that was happening because, why take care of coronavirus? We can fight social media. Idiots. For some reason, people are on this whole thing that TikTok is like the leading cause of pedophilia. Which I was like, that is not a thing. Like, no, that's a thing. I'm not saying
it's Netflix.
It's anything at the moment, but not saying that pedophilia is not a thing. It is, but it's not because of TikTok.
It existed long before TikTok.
Yeah, it's existed forever. It's a horrible thing. Like, bullet in your brain if you fucking pull that shit. But the people who like blame TikTok for that it makes no sense.
Sure.
Or the people who think that like Hillary Clinton is running a fucking pizza thing. Like, it's so stupid.
QAnon bullshit.
Yes. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm with you.
So that whole thing was happening. They're saying that like China is spying on us because TikTok's like stealing our information, but it's the same people who have like, I don't know, how many credit cards? Whatever. How many credit cards you got? You have every other social media. You have everything is fucking digital. They have all your information.
Right. You probably already have a digital wallet.
Yeah, it's whatever. So TikTok ended up getting sold to Oracle, and they have some partnership with Walmart. I don't fully understand the whole thing. I haven't had time to read too far into it, but it looks like things are fine. It'll be around. People will continue to make shit tons of money off of it. And then every once in a while, I'll put up a shitty video of me dancing and it'll get like 100 views. It's great. So there's that. I am poking that whole situation because it's ridiculous. But
I mean, I really hope China isn't stealing our information, but you're going to get the same information everybody else already has.
I was going to say, like, also, what, you want my information? Have fun, bro. There's nothing there. Like, oh shit, this kid clearly drinks a lot of seltzer and can't handle one bush beer without dying, and has an extremely passionate man crush on Bill Murray and Ryan Reynolds. Who the fuck?
You gotta get like John Oliver description of those two now, like when he's talking about
the dude from Star Wars.
Yeah, I can't think Adam Driver.
Yeah,
crush me with your man meat, Adam Driver.
You big fat, or what's it called? You big fuckable redwood. So good. So yeah, shout out Adam Driver, and John Oliver. Probably the third guy that I'd love to have dinner with.
John Oliver or Adam Driver?
Oh, John Oliver.
John Oliver for sure. He's top of my list.
Yeah, we would have.
I wouldn't be able to hold with him like intellectually, like he would be talking the entire time, but it would be amusing.
Oh, he's the best. So that's my poke. My stoke is the new Crust location opened today.
Hey-o!
It's closer to my house. Real excited about that.
So it's where the old Steam used to be, or the new Steam?
It's where like East Side or West Side Steam. Yeah, I guess it would be west, northwest. But I worked in that building at Starbucks forever. So yeah, I'm excited.
That's a cool spot.
Yeah, it'll be good. They have a little patio now.
Oh, they built a patio out there?
There's been one from when Starbucks was there. So
I guess it was just cold when we were there.
Yeah,
we met Mike over there.
Yeah, it was pre-COVID. So
yeah, it was. So that had to have been cold. Yeah,
February, early March, something like that.
God damn.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I'm excited about that. That's a cool thing. Congrats to Alexis and Nate and the whole staff that they've like built out.
That's awesome.
My friend Jill works there,
building and crushing.
Yeah, they're killing it. Couldn't be more excited.
I hope it all works out for you guys.
I think that's all I got. I'm stoked first to bring back Stub Stories.
Yeah, Stub Stories coming back.
I might get rid of the ones that I've already posted and just like start from scratch. Now that I'm gonna have some space and like, some time.
Don't delete the old ones.
Old ones are horrible though.
Yeah, but you gotta live off of where you've been, man.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Look at all YouTube creators. A lot of them leave their old stuff up just because you got to see where they are.
Good point.
And then you get dudes like Mark Rober who've been building it for so long, and then now oh my god. Everybody needs to go look up the Mark Rober video he just put up.
Okay.
Mark Rober is an old NASA engineer, and now he's like a prolific YouTuber. He was the guy that sent out the glitter bombs around for the porch pirates around Christmas time. Oh yeah, he armed these packages with glitter bombs and fart spray. So if somebody stole the package, it would go off, and there was like cameras so they could record it. Oh, Mark Rober's fucking equal parts hilarious and brilliant.
Huh.
But he got hit up by this kid that had a brain tumor. It was like the 7th kid ever to have this style of brain tumor. The kid made it to his 13th birthday, so Mark threw him a big surprise birthday party.
That's
made
awesome.
a big YouTube video over it. So
Hell
it's
yeah.
really awesome.
All right. I keep thinking about like quitting my job and just becoming a YouTuber.
Don't do it.
I don't know, man. I could have some fun.
Hey, yeah, you could have fun.
Have some
But they
fun.
would go broke quick, tying yourself to another.
This is true.
That's a content for another day.
This is true.
We did it, folks. You
Send us a DM if you want me to quit my job and become a professional YouTuber. Let me know if that's the thing that you guys want to see
Yeah, you're gonna help us buy cameras and equipment.
and pay my bills.
Pay my bills.
Pay my telephone bills.
How's your OnlyFans account going?
Oh my god. Dude, I actually might have to do that. The amount of friggin' DMs I got about making an OnlyFans was kind of insane.
Do it.
So many people were like, you need to do this. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, maybe. So I might have to do that. OnlyFans, I tried pitching OnlyFans to Wish Wears as like, and I had this weird idea on how we could do it.
With the mannequins?
No. It wasn't even like, I was like, all right, so there's this thing called OnlyFans, and Danielle and Jess are just looking at me, and I'm like, I know, it's like known for like sending nudes. I get it. We're not going to do that. I'm thinking like private, I'll tell you off air, but it was more of like a shopping experience thing. It had nothing to do with like
Sure.
the sexual aspect of OnlyFans. And I'm going through it, I'm like, yo, like every celebrity is on OnlyFans. Like they have they're doing their like Instagram story on OnlyFans, and you pay like $5 and you get to see it. I'm like, this is dope.
Yeah.
Why am I not doing this?
And then you get Belle Delphine selling her bathwater and masturbating over.
Who?
Belle Delphine?
I don't know who that is.
Oh my God, Ricky, get on the internet, bro.
She sells her bathwater?
She's a gamer girl that sold her bathwater to a bunch of simps. She sold it for like $50 a vial.
And people bought that.
Oh fuck yeah, they bought it.
Should I? Let me know if I should sell my bathwater. I haven't taken a bath since I was like fucking 5.
All right, we've gone too many places on this one. I'm Travis. Find me at seltzertime.com and on the interwebs at Hunchback Travis.
Yeah, I'm Ricky. You can find me at DickChuck77. You can find me at Seltzer Time Official. Pretty soon you can find me on YouTube. Pretty soon you can find me on OnlyFans. If you want to buy my bathwater or like my seltzer backwash, let me know. Just let me know.
good
I'm selling whatever you guys want to buy. Fucking the stickers off of my Starbucks cups, which don't go to Starbucks, but I needed to because I didn't have time for anything else and I needed a lot of caffeine. Let me know. Half-eaten Snickers. Just kidding, I eat the whole thing. I'll say the wrapper.
Suckers.
Bye!